Hello. Today I want to give you a lesson from the Bible, but I'm going to get some help from a little friend of mine. It's a bird. Let me introduce you to him. He is a ring-necked dove. And, see him? There he is. Get a good look at him. He's called a ring-necked dove because he has this beautiful black ring on his neck. And I don't know if you can tell, but he has a beautiful brown color with a black ring. His name is Brookie. The reason he's named Brookie is because his dad was named Cookie and his mom was named Brownie, so Brookie. Let me show you this. He's a young bird. And something happened with Brookie. One day when I went outside to the dove cage where he lives with the other doves, he was trapped. He was trapped behind a piece, kind of like a piece of cardboard that we had put up to block our dogs from watching and harassing the birds. And he had gotten trapped behind it. And when he got trapped, he hurt his foot and his leg. And I'm going to show you his feet. Ooh, there we go. There's his feet right here. And what he did is he broke, ooh, there we go, buddy. What he did was he broke the toes on his foot and he cut his leg. If he had been left out there for very long, he was trapped, he would have died. And so we had to bring him back in and nurse him to health. It was a terrible thing that happened. Think about that. He was trapped behind that cardboard and he could have died, but we rescued him. And his foot is healing now, and his cut on his leg has healed. But one of his feet is missing a couple toes, and so I don't know if you can see it there, but this foot is a little bit injured. And he's adapting pretty well. He can still use the foot. And he's adjusting, but we've had to take care of him in the house because he got injured. Now, why in the world would such a bad thing happen like that? I don't know. But you know what happened next? Another bird problem. And so I'm going to put Brookie back, and next I'm going to tell you about another bird problem that happened, and then we'll see if we can learn a lesson that Brookie can teach us because of the bad thing that happened to him. So next will be our next bird problem. And now I'm going to show you our second bird problem. I want to introduce you to this bird. This is Oswald. Can you see Oswald? Say, "Hi, Oswald." Oswald is a baby bird, and he is a pigeon, and what he is doing right now is he is growing his first feathers. Isn't he wonderful? His parents are still feeding him, and so he still lives in the pigeon coop. We just brought him in the house for a little while to visit with somebody. Let me show you who Oswald is visiting with. This is Buddy. Can you say hi to Buddy? Look at the size of Oswald and Buddy. Do you see them? Did you know they're actually brothers? Which one do you think is older? I bet you think Oswald is older because he's bigger, right? But no. They're the same age. They both hatched on the same day. The reason that Oswald is so much bigger than Buddy is because he got a lot more food from his parents. What they're trying to do right now is that they're trying to get the other one to feed the other one. Neither one of them has food. But Oswald got a lot more food from his parents than Buddy. And so Oswald is twice as big. And so we had a problem because what was happening is that Oswald here was getting all the food. And his little brother, even though the same age, wasn't. And that's why he's so much smaller. And we were afraid that if we left Buddy in the nest with Oswald, Oswald would keep taking all the food, and then poor Buddy would die because he wouldn't get enough. So what we had to do is we leave Oswald outside in the pigeon coop with his parents, and they still feed him. And we had to bring Buddy inside, and we have to feed him by hand, which I'll show you in just a minute. So we had to bring Buddy inside because he wasn't getting enough food outside in the pigeon coop. And what we have to do is we feed him baby bird food out of an eyedropper. And he loves it. He loves his baby bird food. And that's how we're taking care of Buddy, is by feeding him out of this eyedropper. But notice he doesn't have his feathers yet. And baby birds like to be with other birds. So after we feed Buddy, what we do is we put him back in this little nest that we made him in the bird cage. So do you see him? Do you see Buddy in the bird cage? Well, he's fine there. The problem is he doesn't have any other birds with him. And birds are lonely if they don't have other birds with them. And he also gets cold because he doesn't have his feathers yet. So that's how we have this light on him. But by himself, without his brother to be with him, or without his mommy or his daddy to sit with him in the nest, he gets cold and he gets lonely. That's a problem. How do you think we can solve that problem? So, here is Buddy, and we just fed him. And we found out something really interesting. When we brought Buddy in to put him in the cage, there was already somebody there. Do you remember who? That's right, Brookie. And here's what we found out happened. When we put Buddy with Brookie, they became friends. And Brookie, even though he's a young ring-necked dove, and see he's a beautiful brown color, and even though Buddy is a different kind of bird. See, Buddy is a pigeon. And Buddy is eventually going to be probably twice the size of Brookie. And he's going to be white. He's going to be a big white bird. And Brookie will remain a brown bird with a black ring around its neck. But notice, they don't really care they're different. Now that may look like Buddy is being mean to Brookie, but he's not. He's treating Brookie like Brookie is his parent, and he's looking for food. Notice how Brookie just sits there and puts up with it. Brookie also stays with Buddy and keeps him company, and he also helps to keep Buddy warm. Now, if Brookie had never gotten injured, if he had never hurt his foot, he would not have been in here to help us to take care of Buddy. That reminds me of a Bible verse. Romans 8:28 says that all things work together for good for those that love God and are called according to his purpose. And so it was not good what happened to poor Brookie when he hurt his foot. And it was not good, and poor Buddy was not getting enough food. But God used us to work it out for good for the two of them. So it turned out, even though it was a bad thing that Brookie hurt his foot, it turned out to be a good thing for him and for Buddy because they found each other. I think probably when Buddy grows up, that they'll always be friends. Now that Bible verse that says all things work together for good for those that love God and are called according to his purpose are not actually, that verse is not actually about birds. It's actually about people. So when bad things happen to you, that doesn't mean that it's a good thing. It's still a bad thing. But God can work it together for good. Just as he worked it out together, worked it for good for these two very different birds. And I want you to remember that God cares for you and loves you very much.